And in this case, we can use the mouse position, which, as we saw earlier, returns exactly those pixel coordinates in the viewport measured from the upper left corner. This means that whenever we place the mouse on the viewport, a ray is going to be created, shooting through this point, through the world perpendicular to our viewport. Using this ray, we'll create an intersection using intersect ray X, the mesh that was selected, and we also pass the ray that was created from the mouse position. If this intersection is not undefined, then we'll set the text of the controls that we defined earlier to the values in the intersection. The text of the face hit will be taken from the intersection array from the second element turned to string, since the text property expects a string. Then the normal is taken from the first element direction. The word position is taken from the position of the first element of the intersection array, and the barycentric coordinates are the third element in the array. In case the intersection was invalid, undefined, we can set the text of all those controls to the same value containing multiple question marks. Now we can evaluate this simple script, which creates a new user interface with the pick button. The timer is invisible and currently disabled, and 4 text fields to display the exploration data. If we would activate the pick button and move the mouse through the scene, you'll notice that the mouse cursor changes to a pick cursor whenever it moves on top of a teapot or a sphere, but it doesn't when it's on top of the plane. This is because the plane is currently not an editable mesh, but a primitive. We can easily copy a mesh select modifier on the plane, and in this case the mouse cursor will turn to a pick cursor because the filter mesh function is going to return true and not false. Now let's pick the teapot and watch. While moving the mouse around the screen, the display shows which face has been hit, the normal at that point, the word coordinate, and also the barycentric coordinates of the face. We can pick another object. This object has less polygons, so we can see this is face number 1, this is face number 2, and you can see how the barycentric coordinates are changing accordingly. And the normal vector is always 0, 0, 1 because the plane is basically looking up with all its faces. We can also pick the sphere and watch the surface normal turning around, pointing up when we are on top, and then pointing to the side and down when we are moving down. So this small scripted interface allows us to explore meshes, intersections of array created below the mouse pointer, and watch all the data that the intersect ray X returns. Now that we have the basic utility to perform intersection with objects in the scene, let's expand the script and add some more features related to using the barycentric coordinate.